everyone. My name is Debbie Jones-Snyders and I'm with the Hopedale Presbyterian Church. I'm very happy to welcome children and families to our church school lessons and crafts. Our story today is The First Church, adapted from Mission Bible Class with images by Sweet Publishing and licensed through Free Bible Images. We have several coloring pictures for you today, and we have two crafts. The first craft you can see over here is a heart. It's "We love because he first loved us" heart. And the second one is "We are the church" envelope, and it's kind of a poster. We also have a variety of other activities for you. So our story is about the first church. Who is the church? Let's find out. So long ago, God promised he would send his own son to earth, Jesus Christ. Amazing events had been taking place in the city of Jerusalem. For one thing, there was a big holiday. Thousands of Jewish people from many regions and countries had come to Jerusalem to celebrate the Feast of Pentecost. This was a time when the Jews came to thank God for the food and the grain that he provided for them. They also thanked God for the law and the 10 Commandments. But that wasn't the most important event that took place in Jerusalem at that time. Everyone was talking about something new. Peter and the other apostles were telling everyone about Jesus and how he became king. They preached about how Jesus had been killed on a cross, but had come back alive. Jesus had gone back to heaven, but before he went, he told the apostles to tell everyone the good news about him. When people heard about Jesus, many of them said they wanted to follow him. They said they were sorry for all of their sins, and they were baptized. More and more people decided to obey Jesus and become Christians. Do you know what a person becomes a part of when they become a Christian? He or she becomes part of the church. Being part of the church means that you follow the church's leader, Jesus. Being part of the church also means that you're part of a family. The other people in the church are your brothers and sisters. All of the people in Jerusalem who became Christians were now part of the church. It was a very big church. On the first day, there were almost 3,000 people in it. What do you think a church should be like today? Do you think you can be a good example and help your church be like the church in Jerusalem? The church listened to the apostles teach about Jesus. Before he went back to heaven, Jesus said this to the apostles: "Go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely I am with you always, to the very end of the age." So that's exactly what the apostles did. They taught people about Jesus every day. Sometimes people needed proof to show that the teachings were really true, so the apostles would perform miracles to prove it. In our time, Jesus' teachings are written in the Bible. The church had fellowship with one another. They met together in their homes and in the temple. They weren't even worried that they didn't have a big, beautiful building. If a Christian brother or sister was hungry or needed clothes, then another Christian brother or sister would help them, and they would give them money or clothes or food or whatever they needed. They shared everything. The church shared meals and they shared the Lord's Supper together. The church often ate food together. And when the first day of the week came around, the church drank grape juice or wine and ate unleavened bread together to remember Jesus in the Lord's Supper. They wanted to remember again and again all of the good things that Jesus had done. The church prayed together. God listens when we talk to him. The church in Jerusalem talked to God. Maybe they asked God to help them be good. Maybe they prayed for their Christian brothers and sisters that were sick. Maybe they prayed that more and more people would follow Jesus. Do you talk to God? What can you pray about for your church or your family? We have several activities for you depending on your age level. We have several coloring pictures, and you can see some of them here. Here are some children praying. And look at this. This is a picture of the church. Do you think the church is actually a building or the people? These are the people of the church, right? And here's another coloring picture. I love my church. We also have two crafts, and the first craft you can see is a heart craft. And it's "We love because he first loved us" heart. So in order to do this craft, you will need construction paper. You will need red, pink, and white. You will need scissors, glue, Sharpie, and some yarn. So what you want to do, and a hole puncher as well. What you want to do is to draw and cut out a heart from red construction paper. And you can write this or get mom or dad or friend to write along the edges. So it says along the edges, "We love because he first loved us." So once you've written around the border, then cut the middle of the heart out, leaving the border and the writing intact. Glue the red heart on white or beige paper, and then what you do is cut out little hearts, different sizes in red and pink. And then glue them to the middle of the heart. So you can cut out now the red heart that you already glued on the white paper, cut it out. And then you use a hole puncher, punch a hole on the top of the heart, and then tie a cut piece of yarn through the hole, and you can hang it up. The second craft, oops, let me get it here. The second craft is a church craft. And you can see I've got written at the top of it, "Let's go to the house of the Lord," which is from the Bible, but you can also write the first church on the other side. So in order to do this craft, you will need construction paper, an envelope, a Sharpie, different colored pens, some popsicle sticks or craft sticks, some yarn, some glue. I'm not sure if I said scissors. So here you go. So you'll need to do your people first. So get the popsicle sticks or construction paper together. And you can draw faces on them, put clothes on them, color with the markers. cut some yarn if you want to put hair on them. So you'll need to get some yarn and then glue that on. Then get the envelope, open it up, and glue it on a piece of construction paper. You can draw the doors of the church and put a cross at the top and write, "Let's go to the house of the Lord." And if you want your people to stay in the envelope, okay, or our church, you will need to get some tape. And I forgot to tell you that, get some tape and tape the people inside the church. So there you have it. Here you have "Let's go to the house of the Lord," a church craft for you. We also have a variety of other activities for you. And one is we have a maze here, a couple of mazes actually. There's also a crossword puzzle, and here's a combined word search with a maze. So this week, remember that the real church is people. You and me. And all those who follow Jesus. So let's love each other as he first loved us. Have a great week.